Hello, people. Welcome back to the channel, the Sideline Inside Football Podcast, where we talk everything football related. And today is all about giving you our post-match reaction to the Premier League games, La Liga games, and some Bundesliga games as well. And then let's start with the big one that happened yesterday, the one that we've been waiting for, a kind of delayed review and our reactions, our analysis, our post-match analysis. The Liverpool versus Newcastle game. The game had everything. It was like a Champions League final. It actually
it was an okay game.
Yeah, okay to you.
Yeah.
I feel like there were a whole lot of emotions, a whole lot of drama, a red card, injuries, Bruno Guimaraes cussing out, everything like that. He had everything. The referee was under a whole lot of pressure yesterday, but then let's start with the red card. Probably like the one that kind of turned around the momentum of the game, because Newcastle looked they looked really they looked really like a team that were
going for it.
They really went for it. It's not like they went for it yesterday, but I felt like they got like their emotions got the better of them.
Yeah.
They kind of lost. They kind of like went for the momentum.
But I feel the quality of players also let them down.
Sure, because if they had like
A striker.
there. In fact, if you had started that Osula guy,
Yeah, exactly. He came on to score.
in fact, if you had, instead of having Gordon, I'm not saying Gordon should not have played. Maybe like played his natural position. Natural position. I felt like they might have maybe be leading 3-0 first half, because they had a whole lot of chances, but then they just could not convert any. Fair on me.
Yeah, it was a good game. You probably feel the St. James's Park faithful were riding on the Newcastle players. They wanted them to show up, and they actually did show up. And I feel Newcastle were the better team over the entirety of the game. Liverpool had only 5 shots in the game and 3 were goals. That shows. But let's say they are effective well going forward. Maybe that to say, okay, maybe they're effective. But I feel and slots, he has a whole lot to do, and I feel they're going to suffer in the Champions League again this particular season if they continue this particular way, because you cannot always say we will use our quality to override people in the Premier League. Then when you get to Champions League, where you have almost same quality players as you have, you will now not be able to have any difference. I think the Eddie Howe team came out flying out of the blocks. They wanted to get the victory. They wanted to show the fans, show up and get counted for the fans. I think there was a whole lot they did in that particular game, but like I said, if they had a number 9, probably you could say, okay, Newcastle have probably been up, but the Liverpool side maintained. They were just able to keep on holding on. Szoboszlai puts in a very good performance as right back, if you ask me, for someone who doesn't usually play right back. Even I feel Salah, Florian Wirtz were out of the game most part of the time.
Yeah.
Even Gravenberch, who was just coming in gradually, he also put in a good performance too for himself. Even Curtis Jones too. I feel the underperformance in the team were excepting Konate. I feel Milos Kerkez too hasn't really hit. He
had a rash game. It was actually very rash. I think he got a yellow card in the first half.
The funny thing, I think like 50% of Liverpool signings have done poorly, if you ask me. I feel Florian Wirtz hasn't started very well. Milos Kerkez too hasn't started very well. The only signings that have hit the ground running are probably setting Jeremy Frimpong with his goal in the
Yes,
and that's all. But I feel the Newcastle side put up a very, very good performance without a number 9. But the funny thing is that we have said this back-to-back weekends. The performance against Aston Villa was very, very good. No number 9 to finish the chances. Now against Liverpool, another good performance, but no number 9 to finish the particular. Maybe that's why they are seeing the market. We hear Strand Larsen today. We hear Nicolas Jackson tomorrow. We hear this and that. They shall need to bring in the number 9.
They need it, honestly. I just have to feel for them. But for me, fair play to Liverpool. I'm not even going to get angry at them. That is what champions are supposed to do. When you're having a bad game, you find a way to win. And for me, I think Newcastle kind of shot themselves in the foot. They were a man down, and they had 11 minutes to go. I think they just wanted to go for the kill and find a way to win, when they should have actually sat back and have kind of defended. And I think they just gave Liverpool a win that they did not deserve. Liverpool, they were really poor. I was just
really
you would not, if you did not start the game, you will not even notice there's a red card indication on the screen where you say somebody actually got it, because the way Newcastle played Liverpool yesterday. Okay, maybe it's because Liverpool had the away side. Maybe that's why they were so poor.
I think Liverpool have just.
Or maybe it's the crowd. I don't know, because I was just they were actually outplaying them in midfield. The midfield was just there, nothing, no DM. And you cannot continue like that. And it's really going to be interesting to see what happens, because they're going to be playing Arsenal next. And with the amount of set pieces they gave Newcastle, they gave away to Newcastle yesterday was so. I was like, Newcastle are really not going to make any of this count, because the delivery was so poor. It was not even supposed to, like, the damn bond that was supposed to be the threat. It was not even reaching him. You just have to, like, look at the way they were just, really poor yesterday. Like, for me, I feel like Liverpool, they need to do better. And they need to do better.
I think it's a coach's problem, not a
the players problem. Okay, well, then what about the likes of Florian, where supposed to be the creative spark? He's not had any. In fact, he's not done anything in the Premier League.
If you even look about the Liverpool, if you look at Liverpool's chances, there's no clear pattern of how this is what we want to play. We want to play this particular way. You look at the first 2 goals yesterday, where, let's say, against run of play, Rangaru Bejo,
and deflection,
and Ekitike just going. Just fast break. Oh,
yeah, it was a fast break.
You're already at the other side of the game, and they already scored 2-0. Then
after that, nothing.
There's no. I feel the Liverpool, like I said, it's a coach's problem. The outside do not exactly know what they want to do, and it's affecting a player who probably says, okay, he's very creative, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. But if there's no proper way of saying, okay, we want this particular player to play this particular, we want, he should fit in this position. Just saying, the player should just do what they want to do. And I feel that's why we're seeing those players underperform. Even a certain Minnesota, who has had very, very 2 good years in the Premier League, hasn't even been able to meet up to standard because he does not know what he's doing. So I feel
there's no clear plan.
It's a coach's problem.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out what the plan is against Arsenal, and I think we'll be building up to that game soon as well.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens, because if that was against Arsenal, the amount of set pieces that they saw yesterday, I think they would have converted at least 2 of those ones. And for me, I think Liverpool, the title race this is going to be really fun, because even Tottenham was actually looking like a better side than most of the supposed. No goal considered, and they were able to beat Manchester City away. They were able, at the Etihad. So let's talk about that one. That was like the shocker of the week. I mean, I was actually expecting that maybe a draw, because Tottenham was always going to give Manchester City a run for their money. They're always going to they're the boogie team. What's just give us a summary of what you think happened.
Yeah, I feel it just continues Pep's situation against this Tottenham Hotspur side. He has lost them now, the joint most losses he has ever had with the Liverpool side too, as a manager. Imagine even being over Real Madrid. So I feel the Manchester City side set up very, very interesting. They are creating, let's say, half chances at the beginning of the game, but they were not taking it.
They were unlucky. Alan also missed a few.
Yeah, Mamouche. So I think the lineup too was also one that you probably say, okay, it was a very good lineup, but possibly Mamouche shouldn't have started the game. A certain Jeremy Doku should have probably started the game, because he's going to go up against a certain Pedro Porro, who isn't the best defensively. While Mamouche does not give you that trickery and everything. He just wants to shoot. He does involve with the end product, not really a whole lot of other things. But the Tottenham side, they kept on holding their own, and they were hitting on the counter. And the first goal was a very, very easy goal. Ake got into midfield and he got lost there. He lost his man, and Richarlison just kept on running. And I feel Rico was very culpable for that particular goal, because I feel he should have defended the run into the box.
You just have to look at it. The fact that Manchester City, they had defensive issues last season, and Rico Lewis is still a starter in that team.
Yeah.
It means, so do you still tip them to win the league? Because you tipped them.
I still tip them. There was a funny start. The last time that Pep lost his second game in the league, he still went on to win the particular league.
But it's still early now. What are they playing next?
They are playing Brighton.
Well, that's another tough ask. And let's talk about Brighton as well. Everton.
At the first game at the Hugh Dickinson Stadium.
Yeah, and they lost.
Yeah. Welbeck even missed the penalty.
Yeah, of course. And that's true. And the fact that of course Liverpool, Everton needed that win, because they lost to Leeds United away. So they have the new stadium. They have to get a win. Yeah. But then Brighton are also one of the teams to look out for this season. But I guess it's going to be interesting to see, because I said it that Manchester City, the way they played against Wolves, was not really convincing. Although the scoreline kind of gave you another story entirely, but the way they played in the first half was not really sustainable. And then we saw that it got exposed against Tottenham Forest. Now they're going to play Brighton, I think, away from home as well. Well, we'll be building up to that later. Also, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace also drew 1-1
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, Manchester United as well. The big one against Fulham, they drew 1-1. Bruno Fernandes using a penalty. I feel like that guy whines a lot for a captain. He complains a
Yeah,
lot.
he does complain.
He's like, I'm like, bro, let it go, yeah, man. Just move on. And then he just kited the penalty, all because the referee
The
touched him.
referee was complaining. I beat the referee. Not
Nudged
apologize
him.
for what he did. And I'm asking myself, is that why he not shoots the penalty to?
So if your wife is complaining at home, you will not eat or you will not stay alive. What kind of human being is that?
The funny guy, I think it shows where United are right now. If their captain is complaining of such things, like, I genuinely
Wingy, man.
I will genuinely not understand that. Say I'm complaining.
He complains a lot. Any small thing, he's always crying and if they had scored that penalty, 3 points in the back for Manchester United. But then at the end of the day, I think they still have a whole lot to do. People are already calling for Amorim.
Hasn't even scored a goal this particular season.
That's true.
Imagine.
It's actually an own goal from
Muniz.
Muniz. Man, they have to do better because the likes of you look at that attack on paper. They are probably the second best attack in the league.
I feel like that's a huge ask. I genuinely don't think they're the second. I think they are
After
like
Liverpool, who else?
7th.
Well, yeah. Give us your top attacking, your top attacks in the league.
If you're looking at what the players have done in the league, you have to put Liverpool first because Mo Salah. You have to put Manchester.
Yeah, that's
City
number one. So Liverpool attack.
Then Arsenal,
Manchester
Manchester City. Then Arsenal. Then,
Arsenal's attack.
Yes. Because if you look at what Victor Gyökeres has done, and even a certain Saka too.
But Saka is injured now, Sha.
No, I'm talking about like normal
on paper,
players.
on paper.
So if you look at that, we already have 3 other attackers before.
But then I feel like the only thing that is making Manchester City like second on this is because of Haaland. Because Mamouche, I don't know, he's kind of inconsistent.
Yeah.
Then the other wing as well. We don't know if it's Savinho
Foden is also there. Foden has 100 plus goals for the Manchester City.
And what did you do last season again?
No, but he has 100 plus
I'm not saying let's not make it about Foden.
Goals.
Let's not make it about Foden. Oh yeah, give us other fixtures that happen in the Premier League.
Yeah, Villa drew. I think they lost to Brentford 1-0. Personally, I think I saw bits and bits of that game. I felt Aston Villa did deserve to go home with at least a goal, but it didn't just happen. I actually asked myself, what is wrong with Ole Watkins? I don't know. I
feel managers.
Exactly.
They're already thinking of selling him like that.
He's already expensive and he's already underperforming.
And it's not even as expensive as more expensive than Gyökeres.
I think it's 9 million. I think it's 9 million, and he's already underperforming.
Better invest well. Invest well.
So yeah, I actually don't know. And Dango Ouattara got his first goal for the Brentford side in that particular game. Then the Wolves side lost, and this is a game that always had red cards, even the FA Cup fixture. Always Manchester City got red card last season. Has always had red card in 4 of the last 5 games, and he continued this particular season again. Semenyo assisted the only goal in this particular game for Marcus Tavernier. So yeah, I think it's showing where the Bourbon side are right now. We see the performance they put up at home again. So yeah, you have to just keep on looking forward to this season.
Now let's just move on to La Liga. Before we go to La Liga, let's talk about the Bundesliga. And the only one we're going to talking about is the RB Leipzig Bayern Munich game. Bayern Munich opened their new season campaign with a 6-0 victory. I've been scoring a hat trick in that one. Man, it's going to be a long season for the other teams in the Bundesliga. I feel like nobody's stopping Bayern Munich all over again. Another trophy loading for Harry Kane. Well, let's not jinx it for him and see what happens. And let's move over to La Liga and tell us what happened over in La Liga.
Yeah, La Liga had a very good weekend. Yes, because all the promoted sides, I think they played the last year's top 3. Because Elche played drew against their particular Atletico Madrid, and I just think Atletico Madrid need to do a whole lot in the transfer window. I feel they still need to improve.
Do you think it's really the transfer window? Because they've been bringing a whole lot of players, and then the only thing that is not changing is the manager.
I genuinely think it's transfer window because if you look at the caliber of players they brought in, for sure, good players.
What happened to them last season?
Yeah, it's still the same issue. Last season they were having a good run. People got injured, and they got into situations again. They got knocked out from the Copa del Rey, the Champions League, and now dropping points in the League 2. So and now this particular season they've now sold out the ball. They haven't brought in another center midfielder for Cardoso.
Yeah.
I'm asking myself, so if Cardoso gets injured, who is now even going to come in? Nobody again. And I still feel their right wing position still needs a whole lot of beefing up because Julian Simeone is a right-footed player. He's going to be too predictable, or he's just going to cut the ball back Yeah, we're not going to stand there and defend it. You need a left-footed player, especially cutting, do some little things. I don't know what is Chelsea Simeone is going to be telling the board, though, but I feel the squad does need improvement. Like, but I still think it's the best squad in the league, but the squad building has been really, really poor. And yeah, another promoted side, Levante, played at the Ciudad, the Valencia against the Barcelona side. Like, I think they actually put up a good performance for themselves. They actually stood up and got counted. They scored 2 quick fire goals in the first half.
Yeah.
No, the penalty I feel is a questionable one because it's the same referee who didn't give the penalty against Traoré last year's Clasico. Give this one as a penalty. So I feel it's very, very interesting.
See, the one thing is certain, referees are always going to be inconsistent.
Yeah, and then the game turned on his head in the second half. And I think the Barcelona side, I kept on saying one of the best attacks in the world. You just cannot.
We know.
You
So
just
now what
cannot,
happened against Levante?
you just cannot
What happened against Levante? It was supposed to be like very easy, and then people had to struggle.
No,
People play like Liverpool.
no, you see, I'm still talking about the attack, and chances should be created. So yeah, that's certainly what happened. 6 goals scored, 2 constant in the first 2 games. I feel it's sort of an improvement from last season. Another promoted side, Real Oviedo, went in the Real Madrid side.
Yeah.
Came for the first game in 24 years at the Real Oviedo Stadium, a La Liga game. So yeah, it was a really, really good game. Mbappe showed why he's probably one of the best goal scorers in the world, and I feel he's probably going to win the Pichichi again this particular year, the highest goal scorer in Spain. Because I feel there's no one that's going to be catching up. Maybe the other person hasn't just scored. Maybe a certain Lewandowski, or maybe a Solot too, and even your average. But I don't just.
How about Rafinha and Yamal? You don't tip them to have like the same season, kind of like similar season they had last season.
They had Rafinha had 60 plus goals and assists in all competitions, but he had only 18 goals in the league, and Mbappe had 30 plus in the league. So I'm not saying I'm one to say wingers should be giving you 20 plus goals every league season. So I will not be saying this should actually. Person who should be pushing is probably a certain Lewandowski too, but we don't know what is going to happen there. He's going to be 37 by the time the season ends. So I think it's just going to be.
I feel like Barcelona should be the one going for Isak. Actually, it kind of fits in, like a glove.
That's probably the move eventually. But there's been talk about signing this Villarreal number 9 Eta Young and then loan him out to another club. So I genuinely don't know what's happening there, but we'll see about that. But back to the Real Madrid game. Vinicius came on to got two goal involvement, scored, and also
off the bench.
He also went on to assist. I think it's an interesting one though, because you look at Vinicius and you say, a certain Rodrigo puts up let's say a 7 over 10 performance. Vinicius came off the bench, scored, assisted, also got a yellow card, and you just look at Rodrigo and say, what next are you going to do better for me? What will you come on? Let's say your next game, we now score 3 goals at once, so you wait to push Vinicius out of the team. So yeah, I think it's a huge one for the Rodrigo player. Maybe he eventually does move from the Santiago Bernabeu, but right now I just don't see him moving. I think he's one who just wants to fight. Even in this latest Brazil squad, him and Vinicius Junior were not even called up for the squad. I genuinely do not know.
For the Brazil squad,
yeah.
Even Vini too.
Yeah.
So it's now Martinelli. They called Martinelli, by the way.
So I genuinely don't. But
and it's Carlos Ancelotti again.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see.
I have an interesting say about this. I feel Ancelotti is trying to weaken the Barcelona side because there's no particular way you're calling a certain Rafinha, and he said it's a game that does not have any meaning, and they are going to travel all the way to South America, and you don't call probably the 2 players that you have coached in the last few years in the Real Madrid setup. I generally do not understand it, Sha.
But I feel like that's like, is Rafinha like the only person that is the only Brazilian in the squad now?
Yeah.
So if he's not available, it's not like people cannot perform.
And the dead rubber game.
The dead rubber game against who? Against who?
I can't remember the country. So
well. Alright, let's go to Serie A. That's over in La Liga. I think yesterday was a game between
Inter
Milan, 5-0 victory to Inter Milan. Napoli as well. I think they also got the win.
Yeah, McTominay.
Yeah, 2-0. Who would have thought? The Manchester City side, Manchester United players, former enemies, now friends, foes to friends. Well, that's how football works. Because who would have thought that maybe in like the next 4 years they will be playing together in the same team, playing as teammates? Because they probably hated each other when they were at the other side of the Manchester City. So, well, that is the video, guys. Before we go, sorry to the Chelsea fans. Chelsea also won by beating by beating
West Ham.
West Ham 5 goals without Kopama, by the way. So all the allegations of Kopama FC, you cannot score without Kopama. But then you can also say that it's because West Ham are also very poor because they lost to Sunderland. They also lost to Burnley. So that football is also very funny.
Yeah,
very funny one.
You cannot say because I beat this team, I'm going to beat.
Yeah, so Sunderland also lost to Burnley because 2-0 to I think they finally got their welcome back to the Premier League service. And maybe because Burnley and Sunderland, they kind of know how to play each other over in championships for a while, so maybe that is why. But put amazing performance from Burnley, but then Sunderland had the better chances, but then they just could not score. Just like Newcastle United, and that is football. That is our football. Because if you don't take your chances, someone else will.
Game.
Very cool one. So that is it, guys. See you guys next time. Subscribe, like, and share, please. See you guys soon. We'll be talking about our reactions to the UEFA Champions League draw that will be going down on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I guess we catch our reaction to that, all those ones as well. See you guys later. Bye.
Thank you.
Subscribe to my channel.